Hello all and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see a very interesting topic. So we will be building a multi-agent framework with the help of CrewAI. So CrewAI is a open source agentic AI framework and with the help of which we can easily build a multiple agents and also we can build a automated workflows. So we have already covered the basics of CrewAI in one of our previous video. So the link is available in the description. Please go ahead and check out that. So we will be understanding this framework with the help of very simple example. So we will be creating a automated workflow where we will have a resume screener agents as well as email generator agent. So these will act as a HR proxy where whenever a candidates are submitting their resume or applying for the job. So based on their skill set, first our agent will review those skills and based on that it will suggest, okay, whether those skills are matching to the job description or not. If they are matching to the job descriptions, agents will process that particular candidate for further interview round and accordingly it will set up a interview discussion. And if the candidate skills are not matching, then appropriately it will form a email saying that the candidate is not selected, and also it will add best wishes for the candidate and it will generate that particular email. So let's understand the basics of CrewAI. So if you see in the CrewAI, these are the different functions, or these are the different entities that are used. So first of all, we have agent, then we have tools, and for agent we have LLM capability, and also for agent we have memory, and all these we have accumulated inside the CrewAI. So CrewAI is the one which has multiple agents along with the LLM capability and tools. Also for each agent, as we can see, we have defined a task. So for this also, this particular agent also there is a task, and after completing a individual task, we can see we get a final outcome. So that's the basic of CrewAI. That's how the CrewAI workflow work. Now, by referring to this one, I have built a very simple agentic AI framework for our resume screener and interview email generator. So let's understand that. So if you see here, first one, we have a resume. So whenever candidate is uploading the resume, it will go to this particular resume. So here we will know what are the skills that are, skills that the candidate is holding, that we will be passing to the crew. So this complete framework is our crew. Now for the crew, we have two agents. First one is this screening agent and second one is this HR assistant agent. So first, the conversation will start with the screening agent. Screening agent will have first task, that is screen resume. So as we have discussed, each agent have their task. So here you can see it has a task of screening the resume. It will perform that particular task and give the response back to the screening agent. Screening agent will generate a result and hand over that result back to the crew. Again, crew further will start the conversation with HR assistant. It will send those details, whatever Crew agent has generated, to the HR assistant. HR assistant again has a access to the task in interview email. This task will give the instructions for the HR assistant agent in order to generate the interview email. So based on the status that is given by screening agent, if the candidate is passed the screening round, then HR assistant will set up a scheduled discussion. If the candidate has not passed the screening round, then HR assistant will generate the email for candidate saying that the candidate is not selected. So that's how the simple framework we are going to build. And for these screening agent, we will have LLM, and that LLM is nothing but our Gemini model that we will be using, because Gemini is a free model that is available, meaning open source model, and we would like to consume that. Why to unnecessarily use the paid model that are available if we can easily build the framework with the help of open source model? So let's go ahead and start coding this particular framework, and it's going to be very cool exercise. You will be learning a lot in that particular exercise and it will be very quick. We'll be easily building this particular agent, and also at the end we'll be seeing that how exactly the communication happens between these agents. So let's jump straight into the coding. So we have opened our Visual Studio Code. Here we will be writing our complete code. So here I have already created one IPYNB file, automated interview scheduler. The last session code is available inside this particular folder, build your first CrewAI. So if you are interested, go ahead and check out that. We have created new folder, resume screener, and under that we have this particular file. I have already created a virtual environment. So if you have not created, please go ahead and create that. The command is very simple. Python -m venv space name of your virtual environment. Make sure you are using latest Python version, but yeah, any Python version greater than 3.10 will work. Then we have created environment file, and in the environment file, I have added the configuration. Configuration meaning I have added the Gemini key. And in the requirements, we have added the requirements. So these are the three dependencies that are required. CrewAI in order to install the CrewAI. PyTZ, this library is required in order to fetch the latest time information. I'll tell you where exactly it is required. And python.env is required in order to load the secret into our coding file. Now let me show you in the environment file what exactly it is. So in the environment file, we have added Gemini API key. Make sure you are putting this particular variable Gemini API key, and here you are passing your API key. So if you don't have the API key, I would recommend go ahead and generate the API key. So generating Gemini API key is very easy. Just search Google Cloud. Let me show you. Just search Google Gemini key. Open the Google Gemini key API. Click on go to Google AI Studio, and here you have the option to create the key. So click on get API key, and you will be able to create the API key. So here you can see already I have the projects available. So I can select any project and grab the API key. So here, from here you can create the API key for your existing project, and from here you can select the project. If you have not created any project, go to Google Cloud Platform. Just search Google Cloud Project or Google Cloud Platform. Open the Google Cloud Platform, and here you will be able to create your project. You need to log in through your Gmail account, and also it may ask you to enter your card detail, but it won't charge you. Just there are few free projects that you can create. So you can see here I have created the project. From here you can create new project. Just create new project, and once you create the project, that project will be available here, and from here you can select that particular project, and then you can click on create key in existing project. That way you'll be able to create the key. Once you create the key, grab that particular key and add your key into this particular environment variable. Let me go ahead and add that particular key because I don't want to expose my key. So I'll add it, and then we'll start the further coding. Okay, so I have already added my key. So let's start writing our further code. So first of all, go ahead and install the necessary dependencies. So we have already loaded the dependencies into requirements.txt. So let's go ahead and enter that. Let's select the Python environment. So this is the virtual environment that we have created. Let's select that. It may ask you to install a IP kernel. Also, it may ask you to install Jupyter. So please go ahead and install that if you are not installed. So let's execute this particular command. You can see it is asking me to select the IPY kernel package. So let me go ahead and install that. So it may take some 10 to 15 seconds. Let's wait for that. Okay, as you can see, it has connected to this particular virtual environment, and okay, it is saying no requirements.txt because txt is available outside the folder. So let me go ahead and add that particular path here first. So as the requirement.txt is available at parent location, so we can add pip install -r ../, in order to go one step back, and requirements.txt. Let's go ahead and install that. So as the requirements are installed successfully, let's go ahead and import the necessary package. So from CrewAI, we will be needing agent, task, crew, and LLM. Agent is required to build the agent. Task is to assign the task capability. Crew is to collate the agents and build the collaboration. And LLM is to give the LLM capability for our agent. And then date time and time delta is required in order to set up a meeting. And that is where the PyTZ library is required in order to identify today's date. And then we are loading the secrets. So as we have already loaded the secrets into our environment file, it will load the secret. Now it's time to define the large language model. So as I mentioned, we will be utilizing a Gemini 2.0 Flash model. So this is the model that is available open source, and we are setting temperature as 0.2. So let's select that. This is the very easy way of connecting to the LLM model. If you want to test whether your model is working or not, you can quickly test that llm.call, and you can write who invented the bulb. let's say whether it is working or not. This is just in order to test whether the LLM is working or not. So you can see the inventor of bulb is all those detail it has given Thomas Edison, meaning it is working. So LLM call is working perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and delete that. Now next, let's go ahead and start writing our agent. So let me show you how exactly we can write the agent definitions. So first one, we have given a resume screener. So resume screener, we have used the agent class from Crew. Then we have given role as resume screening. Goal, evaluate if the candidate is suitable for senior data analyst role at iTech. So iTech is our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe to that. Then we have backstory. So every time we are defining agent, we need to give a backstory. So this backstory help us control the LLM research power. So basically, it controls the LLM hallucination. So after giving this particular backstory, your LLM will only follow that particular path. You are guiding your LLM that, okay, what is your expertise? So those expertise we are giving. So here we are giving that, okay, an experienced HR professional working at iTech who understand exactly what the team needs at top tier data analyst. So that is the backstory that we have given. Then the large language model, the Gemini model, and verbose true in order to print the conversation. Then we have second agent, that is assistant agent, HR assistant. Role is HR email assistant. Goal is to craft tailored emails based on the screening result. So whatever screening that the first agent will do, it will be passed to the HR assistant agent, and that HR assistant agent will tailor a email response. And backstory, you are a professional communicator at iTech who ensures every candidate is treated with respect, sending clear and empathetic message whether selected or not. Based on candidate selections, it is generating that particular email. Then again, we have given LLM and the verbose. Now the time comes to define the task. So first one, we are giving resume screening task, and description we have mentioned this is high level role requiring 3+ years of experience in data analysis is must. Advanced Python and BI expertise are required, and any one of the BI tool expertise is must. So that is the structure that we have given with the help of this particular task. And then here we are passing the resume text. Whatever resume text that the candidate will upload, or whatever resume that candidate will upload, from there we will be passing this resume text. And then we are defining what it should reply. It should reply suitable, and with this short justification. If it is not suitable, then the short reason why the candidate is not suitable. And then here we are defining for this particular task, in order to complete this task, we are calling the resume screener. This task will be accomplished by resume screener agent, and expected output we are seeing yes or no, and in a one line justification. So ideally it should be suitable. So the expected output we are giving suitable or not suitable and one line justification. Then second email task we are writing. So the task is based on the resume screening result, whatever result that the first agent will give, write an email to candidate on behalf of iTech. So iTech again is our organization. If suitable, generate a professional email to write them for a invite. Then interview details, we will be passing role as analyst. Then date, we need to pass interview date. Time will be passing interview time. And mode is going to be the Google Meet. And we are saying that the link will be shared 2 hours before or 1 hour before the interview. And also we are adding some guiding principle so that it can behave in polite and professional manner. And if the candidate is not suitable, we are informing the candidate that they were not selected, and keep the response very short. We are keeping the response very short. And also we are maintaining a tone warm and professional. And then this task will be accomplished by HR assistant, and expected output final email content for a candidate. Now, how we can define resume text and interview date and time. So let's define that first. Okay, so this is our resume content. Let's say the name of candidate is Priya Sharma. Skills we have given Python, SQL, Power BI, Excel, Tableau. Experience 3 years as business analyst at Infosys, and education BTech IT. So the skills are matching. The candidate is experienced in Python, SQL, and BI tools. Experience is also greater than 2+ years, that is 3 years of experience, and then also she has a expertise in BI tool. So for this, it should parse the candidate and say that, okay, the candidate is suitable candidate. So let's see. Apart from that, also we need to define the interview date and time. So for that, we have written a quick function in order to get the latest date and the time. So if you see, we have written a get next available slot. So this function will help us get the next available slot so that we can set up a interview. So from here, we are getting a timestamp in India time zone. Then we are finding out what is the time that is available, because our iTech organization is based out of India. So that is where we are picking the Indian time standard. Then days ahead. So whenever this candidate resume is passed, what is the day available after that, and on that particular day, if you can see, we are finding out the date for that particular day, and that date should not belongs to the weekend. That is what we are making sure. And then we have a defined preferred slots. So these are the 3 slots that are available every day in weekdays, and out of that we are selecting the first slot that is available. So that is going to be our interview time and the interview day that we are passing. So this is where we are getting the interview date and interview time. So if you are parsing the interview today, then we will get these 2 details. So today is 29th. So interview will be scheduled on 30th and the best available slot is 10, right? So let's go ahead and execute the code for this particular resume for the candidate Priya Sharma. Now, as the agentic framework is built, we just need to build the crew now. And building a crew is very easy. We just need to define crew and we need to pass a list of agents and list of tasks. So these are the agent list. 2 agents we have, resume screener and HR assistant, and 2 tasks, screen resume and interview email. And then now everything is done. We just need to kick off the conversation. So in order to kick off the conversation, we can just write crew.kickoff. So this particular crew that we have defined .kickoff will kick off the conversation. So you can see with a very less number of lines of code, we have built the complete agentic framework, a multi-agent framework where we have built 2 agents and we have given proper task for those 2 agents, and we are trying to automate a resume parsing, resume screening, and the interview scheduler. So let's go ahead and start the conversation. So you can see as soon as we have started, you can see it has started generating the response because we have given verbose equals to true. So you can see first agent started. The agent name is resume screener, and this is the task of this particular agent, and this is the resume that we have given, and this is the response that we are expecting. So first agent final answer is this resume screener. Suitable, the candidate is suitable, meeting the experience, and also it has a Python and BI tool requirement. Now this particular first agent answer, we are passing it to the second agent where the agent conversation has started and the agent is HR email assistant. And the task, this is the task of that particular agent. And we have given these details, role, the date, you can see it has picked the latest date, meaning the date today we are parsing. So tomorrow it is setting tomorrow's date and the first slot that is available. And then it is writing the final answer, it is writing the email. So this is the email for suitable candidate. So you can see it has written this particular beautiful email. So if you can see the final email, this is the email subject interview invitation, data analyst role at iTech, dear, and here candidate name. You can train your model or you can train your agent to add this particular name as well. You just need to play with the prompt. And then you can see how beautifully it has written the email that, okay, you are selected. Please to inform that you are meeting the qualifications and experience. And this is the role data analyst. This is going to be the interview time, date and time. And we will be sharing the actual link 1 hour before the scheduled time. And please confirm your availability. And then sincerely from the iTech team. Cool. So that's how it has written a very nice email and it has automated the email generation task as well. Now let's test the negative scenario where let's say user is not meeting the requirement. Now again, let's keep the candidate name same, but here you can see now skills it has Python SQL, but experience is 2 years as business analyst. Now the requirement for our senior analyst rule is of minimum 3 years of experience. So let's say whether it is parsing this particular candidate or not. So we are starting the conversation. You can see it has started the agent. Again, resume screener agent. Then agent final answer. Okay, not suitable. Priya Sharma's resume indicate only 2 years of experience and lacks mention of BI tools which are necessary for the role. And then you can see the final agent answer. It has written the email. So let's see what email it has written. Subject iTech application update. Dear Priya Sharma, thank you for your interest in the data analyst position at iTech. After careful consideration, we will not be moving forward with your application at this time. We appreciate your interest in iTech. See how beautifully it has written the particular email in nice word. So yeah, that's how we can use a multi-agent framework in order to build our actionable agents, because these agents are taking actions. These agents are not only generating the text like a chatbot, not only doing the question answering kind of sessions, but now they are taking action as well with the help of agents. Now we have given the functionality for agent to take action on, and that is where they are generating an email as well. With the help of tools, we can integrate tools in order to send out these emails as well. So we will be covering these rest of the parts, how we can make it more actionable, how we can send actual emails and all those details in upcoming series. So if you really like this particular video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and go ahead and check out the playlist for this particular CrewAI Agentic Framework. And we will be covering further videos in the same playlist. So stay tuned for the further videos, and thank you for watching this particular video. Thank you, and see you soon in the next video.